right. Okay, so this is fine. We'll into Lewis Whitworth. Is Lewis here, by the way? I know Barney's here, and he's his pal. They went to university together, right? Wasn't he university? I believe. Let's go a bit larger too. Here you go. All right. And by the way, hey, Adrian Towns in the chat, renowned, celebrated composer of Polybridge. I love that soundtrack. It's so good. It's so goddamn good. In fact, while we're discussing the webpage, we're turning this on right now. Polybridge OST. Let's do this on Bandcamp. Here we go. Boom. Here we go. We'll turn it up a bit. Let's talk about Lewis Whitworth. All right. Lewis Whitworth, game composer and sound designer. So, home, work, bio, music, and nothing else. There's a white expanse here, mind you. What is this white expanse? Is there text here? Some kind of Ashton Morris style Easter egg? I see nothing. How about normal size? What's going on here? Lewis, what is this? It's fine. It's all right. Small detail. Small detail. Oh, sorry. And just to follow up on Craig really fast here. Sizzle reel can work, but I would make sure the whole thing's designed as a much more tighter format, because it's kind of trying to do two things at once right now. So if it is all sizzly hype throughout, then it works. Sure, it can work, but just be aware of who you're aiming that reel at, right? Okay, let's do it. Lewis Whitworth. Let's jump to the bio first. Let's do it. These tunes though, right? Man. Greetings, I'm Lewis, a freelance game composer and sound designer. I've always been an avid gamer, and throughout my university years honed this towards game audio. Since graduating in audio production at the University of Lincoln, I've worked on the upcoming Fat Owl with a Jetpack, made by a small team of 3 people including myself. This is a sentence fragment. Feel free to check out my show reel and work. I'm more than happy to work on any game, so don't be ready to contact me. That's a bit desperate. I would leave that out. They will contact you, don't worry. They won't be like, but what do you like, my game? I don't know. They're not gonna think that. They will just do it. This can go away. Okay, Twitter, and YouTube, and Skater Lou, I didn't even see this. Skater Lou. Yeah, get rid of that. That's like this is the kind of email address that I use to make fun of old school email addresses. Like skaterdude48@hotmail.com. You need new address, man. Get rid of this. And LinkedIn. Let's see this. Cool. Great. YouTube, what you got? YOLO 420 skate sound music hot grinds. Be nice. Be nice, Metrosol. Oh, man. Flim flamification. So, do you have videos up? Uploads. Here are your uploads. Lewis and Neil on the Moon. Interview with target audience. Lowdown Ho! What is this YouTube channel, man? I'm not gonna watch these right now. But I probably will later. I probably will. Oh man, yeah, Skater Lou's gotta go. Skater Lou! Okay. Music. Yo, but seriously. How good is this? I'm posting in the chat. It's so good. Go buy this soundtrack, it's so goddamn good. Alongside game audio, I produce synthwave under the alias ViceBot. Cool. My first EP, Voyage, goes through a range of style inspired by 80s film and game music. Let's do it. What you got? What you got, Vicebot? Oh, it's quiet. It's so quiet. It's pretty synth-wavy, yep. Skipping. Cool. It's a bit low MIDI, that's alright. Renegade Chase. Cool. I will check these out later in their complete complete versions. Let's go to home is like the same thing? Okay, so it's here again. Work. Okay, I see. So work is the detailed stuff. Yo, was someone giving you notes? What is this empty expanse again? What's up with this, Lewis? If I go boom and slam to the bottom, I shouldn't end up here. I should end up like at the bottom of your content, like here, you know? Were you getting coached by one Barney Orm? I feel like you might have been. Let's go home and let's watch a reel. Let's do it. Mirror's Edge sound redesign. What is up? Okay, we're at full volume, right? We are. Or no, it wasn't the right fader. Mixer, full volume, yes. Turn my sidechain off. There it goes. And let's do it. 117, not bad. Let's go. Faith Connors. This is neat. Whoa, we're done. All right. GG. Okay, let's go through the motions here, shall we? Real talk criteria. First up, presentation. A classic bookend with the name and the content. Oh, sorry, contact info. lwgameaudio.co.uk. And sorry, someone asked about Hotmail, and I didn't answer because we were watching the reel, but yeah, I would change Hotmail. I think it was Noxiel. Is that who it was? I think Noxiel mentioned the Hotmail thing. I would kill off Hotmail. It's not aged well. Like, Gmail is a bit more professional, and just like personal site emails. If you want to keep your Hotmail address, just have your site email like forward to your Hotmail. You know, you can do it that way. But yeah, having Hotmail, and especially Skater Lou. Oh man, it's got to go. It's got to go, man. Okay, bookend, front, bookend, back. Great, good. Yeah, it's so Matt says it's stark with the font choice. True. So the format is good. It's like 2 seconds of bookend of your contact info, but it's like the bare minimum of that, you know? Let's have a glance at my favorite, or everyone's favorite, I think, is one Samuel Mackey. Look at this sick bookend. Look at this sick bookend, man. Here we go. Boom. What a bookend. Incredible. Hashtag distinction. This is, so we look at this one, and we'll look at this one, and you can see the obvious immediate difference of just presentation and professionalism. This is this is the Gmail bookend, and this is the Hotmail bookend. We'll put it that way. It's like this is very nice. It's just like tasteful and a little bit of polish on it, and this is very just, like I said, the bare minimum, and it does the job, but it's not special at all, right? And kind of every moment's a possibility to kind of stand out a bit. So I mean, look at that, like Sam Mackey. I'm never gonna forget this freaking background. It's so good. It's so great. Let's go to the next part in here. To be fair, this is audio design, not graphic design. You can tell about website design. Well, yeah, sure, but I mean, the thing is, let's bring up another page that I recall immediately. Ashton Morris, right? The composer of Wings of V. This website's so sick. And the thing is, when you have an absolute sea of people that want to work in audio, and you want to work in audio also, you got to stand out somehow. And it's true, Snuggle, like absolutely, it's true that you should be judged on the merits of your audio alone, but it's just not how the world works. People remember you for various things, and the various things is like a wide spectrum that goes way beyond just audio. And that's what will keep you in their mind, and that's what will make them consider you for a gig in the future. Straight up. Your audio needs to be there. Like, your audio skill sets need to be solid, absolutely. They're not going to, like, hire you if your audio sucks and your website's cool. This is not going to happen. But you need to, like, you need to just think of how you can stand out at any given time. And it can't possibly hurt you, right? That's the thing. So, I do like minimal pages. Like, this is a good starting point for like this minimal name, profession, quick bio, home, work, music, easy, done. It's like this is all you need on your page, and I like it from that standpoint, but it's like, it's on the edge of like too stark, you know? I think Alex Barnhart's page is kind of like that too, but it's a little bit farther. What the hell is this page though? Can I find this easily? Alex Barnhart audio. Can I find this easily? Probably not. It's too hard. All right, rip. I had big plans to show you, but oh, I know I can find it here. Give me like 5 more seconds. I'll find it for you. Here we go. Boom. Oh, it's alexbarnhart.com. Of course it is. alexbarnhart.com. It's like Alex's page is kind of similar, but you can see it's a similar approach. We've got like the name, the role, and then your stuff, like about, right? Oh, picture, what's up? There wasn't a picture before. Good job, Alex. This is like the same page, basically. It's the same format, same navigation, but one just looks like obviously better. You know, it's not even a question, and it doesn't take much. It looks like incomplete. Like there's nothing here. You could put like contact at the bottom or something. But yeah, just presentation is super nice on this page versus this, which is all, is this Arial or something? Yeah, it could just be improved, like a bit more design, a bit more consideration given to presentation, right? But let's focus on the reel now. So we got the reel going on here. We got, we'll press play again. Let's look at presentation overall. So titles here are looking just fine. What's my side chain? Boom, there we go. You can hear me again. Titles, sure, looks fine. Again, kind of plain, but whatever, it's fine. This opening, we have this for a long time. So this goes from 2 seconds until 25 seconds, 24 seconds? That's 22 seconds of this owl, this fatty. So it's over 1/3 of your reel is this one thing, which is largely the same thing happening for a long time. And then we have redesign. All right, so the Mirror's Edge thing is kind of like I was saying earlier that redesigns tend to demonstrate or convey what you want to be doing eventually. So that's why this is here, and that's probably fine. It's a massively different thing than the previous clip, like massively different. But it makes sense because this is like, it's an iOS thing you're working on, and that's fine. It comes pretty late. We got, how long is this now? We have 26 seconds ish, until like 40. So that's a good length, like 15 seconds ish. I like the panting too, although like it's so hard though. Because listen, man, Mirror's Edge. Who's the main character? It's Faith Connors. It's not like Fabian Connors. Fabian Connors, man. I'm pretty sure that's a guy's voice, and it makes sense. It's Lewis, right? But it's just kind of funny. You don't see their face in this shot. Maybe it's like an alternate universe of Mirror's Edge where it's a dude instead. I don't know. A dude with very feminine hands. It's all right. That's okay. I'll let it slide. But it's kind of funny that when it's like a redesign of the game, but it kind of denies what the game is in terms of lore and such. You know, Fabio Connors. Yes. And this is again is music, right? So it's music redesign. That's fine. But the thing is, well, now it's. I have a problem with this one as far as presentation goes, because if this is a redesign, it makes less sense than the previous redesign, because the redesign here is, this is a linear playback of 15 seconds of Mirror's Edge, and you're running around, sliding down stuff, climbing up. It's all Foley. It's cool. This now, as a redesign, I would challenge the term redesign here, because you're not really redesigning the game. You're just showing, here's some music that could be in the game or something, you know? If you, mind you, I have not played Neon Drive, and it's the trailer also, mind you, but like, I don't know, I feel like this is a missed opportunity of being able to sync things to the game a bit more. Like, I recognize you probably tempo matched it to have the same cuts happening. And here's the thing too, man, like if you do sound design, like why not do the sounds for this thing too? I mean, we just finished saying with Craig's reel that if you have music and sound in the same reel, then it tends to make people think you're leaning on one of them or the other, and it's generally better to have one of each. Like, it's better to have, here's music and here's sound, and show off your skills in these different areas. And if you're strong in both, people will draw that conclusion themselves. They don't need to see all things all at once, right? And on top of that, so Matt's saying it feels like a rescoring of a trailer, which it is, I guess, but it doesn't tell him much. And I agree, it doesn't tell. It is a rescoring of a trailer, yes. Thanks, Sean. It doesn't really express anything. It's like, here's some cool music I did at the same tempo, and I'm going to put it on a trailer now, right? And then it sort of ends. So the thing is, as far as demonstrating your ability to pump someone up with trailer music, this isn't really doing it, man. It's kind of sitting there, and it's fine. But generally, for trailer music, you're like building towards something, or you are hitting like big key moments with your music or whatever. Like if we watch something like the Necrodancer early access trailer. This is it here? Necrodancer early access trailer. As a comparison here, this is, I think it's this one, yeah. Boom, bum, bum. That's the one, yeah. So if I now pull this over here and show you this one, let's talk about arcing. This is like a trailer thing in general. This isn't just sound design or music. This is like how you make trailers. This is a freaking awesome trailer, by the way. They killed it, and I was very fortunate to work on the sound for it, but the sound was not my call. The shopkeeper clip was my call, but everything else was not. Well, look at this. So we have the intro into the track now. It's like doom, right? And now we're into the track. Intro in the music. Drop down a bit. Leave room for voiceover, and then back into it. And
stairs, driven mad by music. Their twisted souls bound to the beat. And at the bottom,
right, instruments linked to text when it comes up.
You think you're ready? Well,
Hype moment. Or you get the point. So it's an arc. Like you're telling a story, and the with this one it doesn't really tell a story. And the thing is, the visuals kind of do. Like, it's not the best trailer in the world, in my opinion, but I haven't seen the original. Maybe the music is like way better than the original as far as more kind of storytelling. But it starts out, and it's like it's kind of just a small, underwhelming synthwave opening, which is fine. There's like an intro section. And now here, it's like going, right? But there isn't that much of a build. It's like very kind of true to synthwave in that it's like, hey, now we bring in the gated snare and so forth. But it's not really pumping it up that much. And yeah, well, in a second, Matt. And then like different visuals. That blup blup. Like, it's getting, the visuals are getting more intense. We have like this flying sequence, like this kind of movement in the background, this cool tunnel, this flying sequence now into like tunnel, more movement, into these like crazy arms moving around, into the lasers, like more things are happening into that moment, into like crazy movement. So it's clearly ramping up an energy of the shots, just like this general energy in the visuals. So if you are rescoring this as a trailer and you want to try and show your talents as a trailer music composer, then this isn't really doing the job right now. It's feeling more like kind of an even energy track that sounds okay throughout, but isn't really reflecting what's happening visually. And if you're rescoring, you have to do it that way. So it's kind of like a content quality and like kind of a presentation thing as well. But anyways, let's have a look at this thing from Matt. Oh, here we go. F yeah. Same thing. We're building through the whole thing, build to the finish, right? Crank it up, make people want to keep watching. And this one is not really doing that. Okay, so we're kind of jumping around a bit, but material selection wise, there's only 3 things in this reel, and one of them is a kind of a weird thing to have in a reel, a trailer redesign. It can be cool if it's like amped up and it's really showing off your talents, but right now it's kind of flat, so it's not really helping that much. The Mirror's Edge, mind you, sounds pretty good. Let's have a listen to that one again. Let's listen from the beginning. Here we go. Cool. Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff here. Let me try and see this if it's easy. Not even sure. One second. Sound field. Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. So this ambience I felt was very centralized, but so in terms of material selection, Lewis, it's like you have this thing you worked on, or you are working on, which is good, because it shows you're active, and that's really all you're showing with this kind of thing. This design and music isn't really mind-blowing. It's not Mind you, there's not much happening either, though, right? So it's hard to kind of be really impressive with a piece like this. But it's telling that you are working, and that's the most important thing, really. And then in a Mirror's Edge, a massively different thing shows you want to work on larger projects. That's cool. But there's only the one. And yo, Matt says, good level for ambience. Killed the ambience. That's very rare, Lewis. Good job, man. I feel like it's centered. Could be wider. But no landing on the rope. You're right, Joey. Joey tearing you up, Lewis. So this is cool, but it's so massively different than this, and there's only one of them, that it's not giving me a full idea of what you want to do and how good you are. It's like, here's the Mirror's Edge Foley thing. Like, maybe you're a killer at Foley, but you hate doing sci-fi stuff, or you hate doing medieval stuff, or maybe you love doing sci-fi stuff, medieval stuff. It's probably worth doing more things just to give a clearer picture of what it is you want to do and what it is you're good at. Because it's pretty unlikely you're going to get a game from someone looking to hire for sound design who's making exactly this game and needs exactly this design, right? It's much better to have a variety of things to show you're versatile than you have an interest in a wide variety of kind of facets of sound design or styles creatively. Okay, so let's talk about content quality again in terms of this clip. So let's talk specifically. First one, here we go. It's leaning hard on music. Sound design's okay, but it's like the same sound over and over again. Some pickups and some pops. The pops feel weird. Like, these are kind of like little laser beams, and the sound sounds like a balloon popping or something. So that sound is, like, to me, I don't know what those beams are made of, but it seems like kind of a very simple and perhaps too simple sound for what you're seeing visually. There's like a missed opportunity there, because given there's so few different kinds of sounds in the game, it's probably worth paying a bit more attention into like the few that there are, you know? And so this alone kind of had me thinking that you're focused in music because the sound was like two sounds in the opening clip, but then Mirror's Edge kind of proved that wrong. It's like you have a lot more chops than that, as far as or more developed chops for that kind of thing than I thought you did. So this seems like vastly different in quality compared to the Mirror's Edge bit. But I don't know, maybe you just like love Foley a lot. I have no idea. So content quality is okay, says Matt. First clip goes on pretty long for how much happens. Yeah, shorten this thing up. It's kind of presentation and content quality, but we'll carry on into Mirror's Edge. Joey mentioned no sound for landing, so fix that up. And like the climb is kind of, it's pretty minimal. That was like an arms only climb, you know? It's like they just grabbed on, went like poof, and like just pushed up into like a handstand or something. There's no scraping of the legs or feet, no like climbing up. It was all hands only, so you could probably flesh out the Foley a bit more than it is. You know? It was like, and that was it for the entire climb. I love your ambience, man. Like the panning of things as you run past them sounds great. Yeah, I think if we were to compare to the original, to like the game, I suspect that the Foley is probably quiet by comparison. I'm guessing just in general, because given that the Foley is like 95% of what you hear in this game, because you're running all the time, they put a lot of time into making sure it sounds sweet, and it does sound sweet. It sounds really good. The game sounds killer. So the feet people are mentioning in the chat, they seem kind of quiet, and I'm inclined to agree with that. What's there sounds pretty cool. You can just sort of, the mix is maybe a bit off. And you could probably afford to flesh things out a bit more than they already are. And we've talked about this. We don't talk about this again. So let's talk about distinction really fast. So right now, like, it's not really standing out to me. It's kind of unfocused. So we've got like this alpha iOS thing you're working on, and then we've got Mirror's Edge that's like a vastly different kind of game. and then we have this trailer redesign that's not really telling us much. So it's like a lot of different things, and also not even all music or sound design. It's like it's kind of some music and sound, and then all sound, and then all music. And I think in general, you just gotta work, just keep working, man. Just keep like every day, just work on something. And if it's redesigns, great. If it's working on getting more work, great. If it's game jams, global game jams this weekend, just work with some team, make a game, you know? There's a lot of things you could do to flesh this out, and I recommend you do all of them. just keep doing things, basically. All right. So the surface changes is... Oh, I see. So the feet, the surface changes are way too subtle, so much so that it sounds bad. It doesn't, but the mix sounds off, yeah. So Matt's distinction notes doesn't stand out from the mountain of other reels out there. Hard truth is, I'll probably forget this one by next week. Boom, 100%. So Lewis, you have a lot of like good foundation material here, but you just got to keep working. Just keep working on this stuff. What you have is not bad. You just need more of it, and then people will tend to get a better idea of what you're up to. And as well, if it interests you, it might be worth doing things like showing off some work in Wise, or showing off work in Unity, or Fmod, or whatever. Just even if it means you're redesigning like an ambient space in like The Witcher 3 or something, but you used Fmod to build an ambience with birds and stuff. Like if you do that and then show like a picture-in-picture of Fmod with the bird ambience, that's really cool because it just shows that you're interested in implementation. Like whether it's even good is almost secondary. It just shows that you want to do it, right? And that's the thing, is that from this reel, I don't really know what you want to do, and that's risky to hire. Does that make sense? Because if I'm looking for a sound designer and I have someone who's like, I do game sound, and it's like poof, Fmod tutorial work here, and like Unity tutorial, and Wise, and here's me doing all these redesigns, here's this game I did a game jam. Like it's clear if I hire this guy or this girl, they're gonna be pumped on anything that I throw their way, right? Like, hey, let's do this thing now. They're gonna be like, hell yeah, let's do it, sweet. Whereas if you look at yours from an ignorant kind of just seeing it for the first time blind perspective, I have no idea what it is you specifically want to do. And because I have no idea, and because there's no focus, that's why Matt's saying we're gonna forget about you. So it's definitely worth putting some more time into thinking what it is you want to do, and then doing work that demonstrates that, okay? So thanks again, Lewis. Thanks so much. I'm going to call it right there. I have a full indie to get to. So I will put this sick tune by Adrian Towns back on. Seriously. This is so nice. I'm liking this one more time. It's just too good. I'm liking it. And Matt, feel free as always to drop your link in the chat. Matt does mentorship one-on-one by donation. So if anybody, Craig or Lewis, wants to follow up with him or myself, feel free. And although he's probably the better choice, I'm pretty busy. I don't know if you're busy too, Matt, but I'm pretty busy. All right. So thank you very much. Next week we have... Excuse me. Next week we have, I can tell you right now. Yo, this tune's so nice. Patrick, oh my god, his last name, Chryselius? Ooh. And Sean Laval is next week. What's up? No way. I'm so pumped. It's gonna be good, Sean. I'm looking forward to it, man. So thank you so much. I will see you next week, yeah? Cheers.